Showboating boxing.
Today we're going to do this quick breakdown of Canelo Alvarez versus Danny Jacobs. So we're going to start off and we're going to talk about it. I think this is a pretty good matchup, but I just got to get straight to the point with this. And man, we got to shoot this stuff straight from the hip because I'm tired of hearing all these boxing channels out here and everybody trying to be politically correct or over the top, trying to just be buttholes for no reason, just going hard on guys just because of jealousy or whatever it is. So I play my stuff in the middle of the road, how I see it. My opinion might not line up with a lot of other people's, but I'm real with you, man. I've been watching boxing for a really long time. So it's a lot of stuff I know, a lot of stuff I don't know, because you can't know it all. I don't care how good of a boxing person you are, if you boxed or if you just watch boxing over the years. But anyway, we're going to get straight down to it. We got Danny Jacobs versus Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is a really good fighter. I've watched Canelo Alvarez for many, many years. I watched him when he was coming up through the rankings a little bit. And I always thought the kid had a lot of skills. I really did. I really was a big fan of Canelo Alvarez, especially all the way up to the point where he was getting ready to fight Floyd Mayweather. I thought it was going to be a really good fight. I thought it was going to be a hard fight for Mayweather. A little bit. I thought, he would come in there and put up a little bit more of a fight, but I just had Floyd Mayweather beating him convincingly. I didn't think it was going to be too close of a fight, but I didn't think he was going to run through him either. Because I always thought that Canelo Alvarez had power. But the funny thing about that is, and I'm going to bring this up again later, I'm going to touch on this a little bit more, is that Canelo Alvarez, when he fought Mayweather, he came in the fight like 15 pounds heavier than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather knew he would do it, and that's the genius of Floyd Mayweather. That when he fought Canelo Alvarez, he didn't put a catch weight in there. He knew what Canelo Alvarez would try to do, and Canelo Alvarez put on all this weight, thought he was going to go in and knock Floyd Mayweather out, or Floyd Mayweather wasn't going to have the kind of chin that he would have. He figured, hey, I'd land one or two shots or something and hurt him. But Floyd Mayweather, these guys are thinking Floyd Mayweather's fighting with pillows, which he's not. It's funny how people talk down on Floyd Mayweather, but everybody respects his punching power, that they don't just run through those shots. So when he fought Floyd Mayweather, he was slow, and they asked him after the fight, what did he thought about his weight? He said, you know what? It doesn't matter if you can have all the weight and power in the world, but when you can't hit a guy, it doesn't matter. He didn't want to talk about it no more, and I thought that was classy on his end. But what's funny is now he's fighting Danny Jacobs, but he has a catch weight. So you don't hear none of the Canelo Alvarez fans talking about that. Why is it that Floyd Mayweather didn't have a catch weight with him, but then he moves up and makes sure Danny Jacobs has a catch weight? To me, that lets you know there's a little fear in his heart right there. He doesn't want Jacobs to be too big, too fast, and too strong for him when he fights. So that's what him and Golden Boy does. That's what they do. They make sure that they try to tip the scales in their favor, which I don't blame them for that. But let's call it for what it is. You got a lot of the fans, Canelo fans, they act like they don't see that. You don't see that Golden Boy does everything they can to keep Canelo on top. Canelo is a really good fighter, but he's picking and choosing the fights that he wants because he's trying to make sure he gets fights that's better for him. Now, I don't really per se have a big problem with that. I think it robs the fans of seeing who's the best fighter out there. But when you do that stuff, it hurts boxing, because now you're not getting all the true fights that we really want to see. Like, yeah, you went and picked Triple G. That was a good fight. I got to take my hat off to you guys for that. You guys took Triple G. But why not one of the Charlos? Why are you guys running from so many Charlos? And then you bring up the fact that you guys want to fight. De La Hoya picks up the fact of Earl Spence Jr. Like, y'all don't see the Charlos that's in the camp. You could go with Jamel or Jamal Charlo, but you guys are not pursuing that. You guys only talk about that when it's upcoming fight. You guys do the exact same thing that Bob Arum does. You guys only talk about these fighters when you got a fight coming up because you searching for clout. You searching to put the name out there. You searching to create a buzz when all in fact you don't want to fight them. You know that the Charlos are probably a more dangerous fighter than Jacobs. I'm not saying that they could just flat out beat Danny Jacobs, because Danny Jacobs is a really good fighter. But Danny Jacobs is a altogether different fighter than those younger lions. He is going to be, I think, that they know, and in my opinion is, if you had to fight one of the two, of the Charlo or Danny Jacobs, picking Danny Jacobs is better than fighting Charlo, because Charlos are going to come out there for blood and bring it down to you. But anyway, we're going to get back on this, and I'm going to save that for another video, because it just infuriates me a little bit when the Canelo fans act like they don't want to be fair or see it. And yeah, I know a fair is a place where they judge pigs, but you can still be a little bit more honest about it. Canelo Alvarez is a really good fighter. With him fighting Danny Jacobs, I think that his keys to victory is to get on in and try to stay on the inside and not box with him as much from the outside, because he can't. Danny Jacobs is a much bigger fighter. He's going to be faster. He's going to have crisper jabs. Danny Jacobs' footwork is okay. I think Canelo's got better footwork than Danny Jacobs. I think Canelo has a lot of skills that are right on par with Danny Jacobs. I give Danny Jacobs a slight edge because he's a little bit bigger fight. But if Canelo wants to win this fight, he's got to go in on the inside. And that's what it seems like he's preparing for, because when you look at him and you look at his training camp and the things that he's doing in training camp, he's been putting on a lot of weight and working on a lot of power, because he knows he's going to need that in there. But this is the problem with Canelo. Every time he gets nervous about a fight, he always puts on weight and it slows him down. Like when he put it on with Floyd Mayweather, some of that was a little bit of not knowing what to expect and a little bit of fear in there. Not saying he's scared of the fighter, but nervousness, because he balloons up. He doesn't rely on his real talent, which is his boxing skills. The dude has a lot of really good boxing skills. So when he starts doing other things besides what he's good at, it lets me know there's some nervousness, some little apprehension there in that. So I seen him gain weight with Triple G, which led him not to do too good on that fight either. Now the second fight, he did really well because he went back to a little bit more of the Canelo style and not the respect factor. I think when he starts respecting these fighters, you can see how he gains weight and how he changes training camp up tremendously. So with that being said, he's back with Jacobs. He's back. He's looking really good in training camp. He really is. I'm seeing muscle on him. I'm seeing power coming from him. He doesn't look to be slow like he normally is on his other fights. So I think that's going to make up for a really good fight. So I think Canelo is going to be set to bring it this fight. I think it's up to Danny Jacobs to go to his keys of victory, which what I would believe for Danny Jacobs would be is use your jab. Keep Canelo out there at a distance. Make him fight to come in. When he fights to come in, make him pay. With your size, your strength, and your speed, you should fight big. And if you fight big, I don't think it's going to be a hard night for you to win this fight. But if you fight small and allow him to get in, let him dictate the fight and give him respect, don't give him a lot of respect. Fall on your skills, man. Use your jab. Use your angles. When he come in, make him pay for the first few rounds. After about the 4th or 5th round, he's going to start getting frustrated because he's not getting in. He's going to get desperate. You keep putting that jab on him. You keep throwing your hooks. You keep putting your ones and twos together. Your double ups. What I would do definitely is hit him with that jab when he comes in, because he's low trying to get in. Hit him with a few uppercuts. And I think you'll see a big return just on those few combinations, man. Because Jacobs got some combinations, Jacobs got some power, and Jacobs got a chin. He's not going to let Canelo run through him. And that's my thoughts on this whole fight, man. I don't know how you guys see it, but if you guys want to be real with it, not just trying to be on some fanboy stuff and just think, oh, Canelo can beat everybody. He can even beat Deontay Wilder. No, Canelo can't beat everybody. That's why he picks and chooses, and De La Hoya is picking and choosing his battles carefully. That's why he hadn't went to any of the young lions. That's why he's running from the Charlos. You don't even hear that even in his vocabulary when he talks about his upcoming fights. But like every time they fight, what do they always do? What does Golden Boy do? What does De La Hoya do? Oh, yeah, we want the big fights. And we want to see this, we want to see that. When De La Hoya knows he is full of crap. If he wanted that smoke, he would have got that smoke. You know what I mean? And they say he want to unify, he want to get a belt. Well, go take the belt from Charlo. Go take that belt. Why are you waiting around? Because you was hoping that Triple G would go fight that fight and cancel out, because you and Triple G, well, De La Hoya, and Triple G don't want that smoke. But anyway, guys, that was straight up with no chaser until the next fight to the next video. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share, man, because I'm gonna shoot this. I'm gonna shoot this from the hip, and I'm gonna give it to you real, straight up with no chaser. Like I said before, like, subscribe, and share. Till next time, I'm out.